Hi, it's me, Karen Romano Young, back to read a bit more to you from A Girl, a Raccoon, and the Midnight Moon, written by me, with pictures by Jessica Bagley, and published by Chronicle Kids in 2020. Now, I left off reading in the middle of the chapter yesterday. I'm going to start on page 222. The chapter is getting a little bit long. Who reads a newspaper that comes out in the middle of the night? Francine asked. Pearl made her hands loop around her eyes like spectacles. Reading raccoons, she added. Francine asked, who would write a newspaper for raccoons? Reporter raccoons, said Pearl. Duh. Want it to seem real? Act like it's real, she thought. Tallulah leaned over the ledge of the newsstand. Even the coyotes have a right to their own side of the story. Francine looked skeptical. You think I'm stupid or something? She asked them. What's all this about? Pearl rushed off to the library, hoping to arrive there alone. Of course, Francine charged along with her, keeping up. Tell me, she said. And, hardly knowing what she was saying, Pearl gave it to her straight, the whole story about the reading raccoons. When she was done and they were almost there, and she was about to dart off to the basement, Francine got in front of her. I've got to go, Pearl said. Francine held up the palm of her left hand as if she was Vincent and said, You're going to have to put that in your performance too, Pearl. That's amazing. It's true, said Pearl. Francine laughed. Of course it is. Pearl didn't know what to say. Did she want Francine to believe the story was real, or just to think she was a genius storyteller? Francine said confidently, Everybody's going to want to come to the library even more when they hear this new part about the reading raccoons. So Pearl left it at that. Fiction or nonfiction, how much did it matter if it was a good story? She looked up at the brick face of the library building and knew Francine was right about how other people would react. We're going to have to work fast, Pearl said. Faster than that exterminator, faster than Mr. Bull and Mr. Dozer, faster than Gully. Pearl couldn't get down the basement stairs fast enough. Marianne was awake, wide awake and waiting, pacing between the book elevator and the stairs. She had already written a message for Pearl. Find out where they took Eloise. We're trying, said Pearl seriously, formally. And then stupidly, I thought you didn't get along with Eloise. She's my cousin. I don't have a cousin, said Pearl, causing Marianne to make a gesture with her whole body that could only be interpreted as, so? I'm sorry, she whispered. Then Marianne grabbed the pen again and wrote so hard her paw shook with the effort. Somebody else might be next, and... Marianne was savvy, Pearl knew, so she wasn't worried about getting trapped herself. Marianne must be worried about little Eric. Once they go, they usually don't come back. Had other raccoons been trapped before? Pearl reached out a finger and for the first time touched Marianne on the back of her paw. It was soft but bristly. Stupid Eloise, why couldn't she have learned to read and write? Then she could send us word, wrote Marianne. Pearl had barely gotten through reading when Marianne snatched the catalog card away, crunched it into a ball as if it was the stupidest thing she'd ever written, and pulled out another one. She must have gotten trapped on purpose, she wrote. With that, Marianne shredded the card into a pile of confetti and threw it wildly from the stair, dashed through it like snow, and disappeared into her nest. Pearl heard a snuffling noise. She waited, listened, realized what it was. Pearl had heard a cat yowl, a dog whimper. Now she was hearing a raccoon cry. Everything that happened to the library happened worse for the raccoons. Suddenly, Pearl felt the futility of the Rock Lady Act. What could a ghost story and a few measly kids do that was more powerful than money and new buildings and a whole city? Marianne, she called, where's your mom? Where's Eric? Suddenly, Marianne came rushing back out. She snatched a card and scrawled one message, shoved it toward Pearl, and disappeared. Someone who can write has to go after Eloise. She's the only one who knows what happened to Vincent's head. Pearl gasped. Marianne knew how important it was for Vincent to get her head back, to prevent future crimes, or so the library could be a solid institution for the neighborhood and not a crumbling one. Or maybe because Vincent's power actually did channel magic to the raccoons and taught them how to read. No matter what, Mary Ann knew that if Vincent's head came back, the whole city would see the library in a new light. She was telling Pearl the truth. Eloise knew who the thief was. As her last attempt to help, Pearl sprinted upstairs. "Bruce, we have to go after Eloise." "The raccoon in the trap?" Bruce seemed irritated at the distraction. "She's supposed to be relocated to an open space area." "She's the one who knows where Vincent's head is." "The raccoon knows?" said Bruce. "Yes." What was wrong with Bruce? He had heard all these stories for as long as she had. Where did he stand on the fiction, non-fiction aspect of them? She realized what it meant that he stood with science. He didn't believe Mom's stories were real. "I just want to get Vincent's head back," Pearl said. "Why?" Bruce looked loony, half angry and double confused, staring at Pearl, glancing at Mom, who had more to lose than Pearl. Something strange and magical combined inside Pearl's mind. She thought of Tallulah saying the raccoon invasion would be a big story. She relived the narration she'd given on the playground to accompany Francine's performance and the drama in the garden around Vincent's statue. She recalled the stories Mom had told of Mrs. Malamar and considered the ones she was writing herself with the help of Mary Ann. She thought about Francine and Tallulah and Nichols and Gully and the exterminator and Mary Ann and poor trapped kidnapped Eloise. "Bruce, Eloise is a Malamar," Pearl explained. "She is one of the youngest members of the family of smart raccoons who has been living in the library for generations, reading and writing. Eloise can barely read and can't write at all, but she's the one who saw the head get stolen. That means she has the information that will return the library to the community as a pillar of light and goodness. This is why it's important that we get Eloise back for ourselves and for her family." Bruce looked at Pearl steadily, not as if he believed what she was saying, but as if he believed that she believed it. He said, "I never heard of raccoons like Mrs. Malamar till I met your mother. City Wildlife's goal is to teach people ways to live alongside animals they normally think of as nuisances. Raccoons, skunks, pigeons, possums, coyotes. As a ranger, I was the reason a lot of people quit putting out poison or feeding their cats outside or shooting pigeons with BB guns. But the raccoons..." Bruce walked to the sealed-up fireplace. "Raccoons are just one more nail in the coffin for this library. I don't know where those kids are going to go if the library building gets repurposed. We're not going to be able to rescue them if we can't rescue ourselves." "Maybe the reading raccoons will rescue us," Mom said. Bruce was shaking his head, but Pearl started to pace from the desk to the window, the only narrow, clear path in the rat's nest office. Reading raccoons to the rescue. Save a raccoon and save the library. She did little circles around Bruce's piles, making a breeze. She looked crazy. She felt crazy. But there had to be a way to use the raccoons to save the library because of the raccoons. Bruce sat down and picked up the scandalous Star tabloid. "Let's say the reading raccoons were real, Pearl. How would you get anybody to believe it?" He was taking her seriously, she knew, meeting his deep brown eyes behind his big glasses. "Okay, so maybe nobody's going to believe it's true," she began. She felt the way Mom must have felt all those years. Mom said, "But they will all wish it was true." Pearl realized they will never find out if it really is true. "Why not?" said Bruce and Mom at the same time. "Because it could be true. Because they will want it to be true. Because we will act like it is. Because we know it is." She looked at them. Bruce, his paintbrush hair, his gangly elbows leaning on his gangly knees. Mom, small and upright, on her toes in her high heels. "And in the meantime, we're going to make them love raccoons and protect the raccoons all at once." "How?" "Mary Ann, my raccoon friend at the paper, can help me write their story. Everybody will think it's me telling raccoon stories and pretending they're factual, but they'll let themselves believe it's really raccoons." "And why would they let themselves believe that?" Bruce was kind. He was trying to be kind anyway. He thought he needed to be kind because Pearl was crazy. But she knew what she knew. Because It's like Disneyland or Santa Claus or shooting stars. It's more funny and fun and easy to believe that raccoons at a library can read. Yes. Pearl thumped her hand on Bruce's desk. They'll be our mascots. If you join the library, you'll become a reading raccoon of Lancaster Avenue. And that will make people not want to exterminate the real ones. And it'll all be drama and good press. And it'll make people think about our library in a good way. It is true that humans are exceptionally good at convincing themselves to believe in things they want to be true, said Bruce. Pearl's heart lifted. Did he approve? We just need one more answer, Bruce said, his eyes bright. What do raccoons eat? What did that matter? Okay, what do they eat? Said Pearl. They use the profits from the newspaper to buy food at the raccoon grocery store. Pearl paused and squinted at him. Where's the raccoon grocery store? Oh, stop it, said Mom. Is it real, or am I making it up? Asked Bruce. Mom smiled. Bruce smiled too. Ha! You're doing it, Mom said. Anyone can do it if the story's good enough, said Pearl. Thank you for listening. I'll see you Monday.